Hi everybody, it's Sally from Sally Stampers. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm bringing you Santa's trousers. How cute are these? I've made them big enough to fit in my little Hershey's chocolate bars, which are about 3 inches by 1¼ give or take, and in centimetres they are 8 by 3, and as you can see, potentially you could fit 6 in there, 3 in each side. You might be able to squeeze a 4th, no, you'd be able to get 6 in, and equally I think you could potentially fit in miniatures, little alcohol miniatures in there as well, so 1 in each side dependent on the recipient. I did get the idea from Pinterest. I saw a lovely picture of something very similar and I thought, oh yeah, I quite like that, I'll have a go. So I came up with this. I just think it's super cute and it's fairly easy to make and would be a nice little table favour, or you know, just a little gift under a tree or something like that. So I'm going to show you how to make it, and it is really simple. So to start off with, you will need 2 sheets of cardstock. I'm using Real Red, and for the actual legs they're made in just 2 separate pieces, and they are 7 by 4½ inches, and in centimetres, I'm just looking for my pokey tool, or should I say my take the pick, and in centimetres that is 12 by 18.5. And then we're simply going to score them both exactly the same. So on the short side we're scoring at 1½ inches, that's 4 centimetres, and then on the long side we're simply going to score at 1½, 3, 4½, and 6, and that is 4, 8, 12 and 16 centimetres. So again on the other one, 1½, which is 4 centimetres, rotate and then score 1½, 3, 4½, and 6, 4, 8, 12 and 16. Super easy. Move that out of the way, grab a foam folder, and then obviously you know this drill by now, we fold, burnish all of those score lines, make them nice and sharp and crisp, and then exactly the same with this one. Just do this last one, and then very simply we're just going to cut away the corner square there, a little bit of a wedge, and then cut up the bottom sections. So easy peasy, just trim that, that's it. And then exactly the same with the other one, cut that little corner away and then cut up your tabs. And obviously if you want to do any further decoration, it's probably better to do it now before you adhere them. So for me, I'm bringing in the lovely Whisper White Classic Weave ribbon, which I think is perfect for the little bit of snow across the bottom, or fluff, or whatever it is, across the bottom of his trousers. So I'm simply cutting a length that just overlaps these 2 edges, just a fraction. So again, just, oops, cut that there, and then my trusty tear and tape. So I'm just going to fold my ribbon over and then pop tear and tape on the full length of it, trying to keep it straight. Well, that's right up to the edge, that is. And I'll do exactly the same with this piece. So just cut it to the edge there, and then do a nice length across the ribbon, unless you get all tangled up like me. Okay, pop that one with that one, and then just simply take the backing off and then again just very slightly overlapping that end piece, and I'm almost, let me zoom in, I can show you a bit better. Let me focus, there we go. So this is where your crease is going to be, and that's the bottom of your box. Literally a fraction, oh come on, come on, come on, focus, there we go. Just a fraction of this edge is sort of going on the score line. So I'll pop this one on and then I'll show you. So, stuck to my paper. So as you can see, so that when this folds, oh my goodness, I keep pulling it up to show you, forgetting that I've zoomed in. So when you fold this in, you don't get, if you look on my trousers, let me zoom back out again now. Oh, no, that's further in. There we go. So if you look at these trousers, if you can see at the bottom, this one has got a very small bit of red here, and that's because I didn't quite go up to the score line. So when you do this one, make sure when you fold it that your ribbon sits nicely along there, and then we're just going to tuck that loose end in and do exactly the same with the other leg. So take the backing off the ribbon and then just a very slight overlap, and I mean it, you know, it's not even a millimetre, it's just the smallest bit, just so that when they fold it sits nice and straight. Tuck that bit in, and then we can put some adhesive on this tab now and get this sealed up. So, and I'm just going to do this bit because I want to cover that bit of ribbon there that I overlapped. So just, as I say, just put a couple of bits, or again you can use wet glue, it doesn't really make much difference on here. Just make sure you cover that ribbon so that it all sticks. Okay, so again, just take this off, and then obviously we just fold these ends up, and hopefully your ribbon will line up too if you've done it straight enough. And again, do this side. Exactly the same. Fold that over. Oh, that one didn't quite add up as well, line up as well, but you get the idea. Oops, some tear and tape on the inside there. Let's just roll that up out of the way. There we go. And then what you want to make sure is that your seams are both in the back here. So when you put your trousers together, where's the other one? Oh, crumbs can't, oh there it is. So my two joins are here, so they're going to go together just like that. So you'll get one sort of join at the back there and the other one is on the inside just here. So I've put them down as I want them to go, so now I need to fold the bottoms up. So again, tear and tape, so I'm folding in the sides, the back, and that's where I want my tear and tape. And just for quickness on this one, I'm just going to put a diagonal piece, but obviously you will either use wet glue as I say, or maybe a couple of strips as I did with the tab. So that's that one done, and then exactly the same here, so sides, back, and then adhesive on the front. And as I say, I'm just putting one diagonal piece on just so as I can show you the rest of it. Okay, so that is the trousers. So again, now flip that one over sideways, so this is the inside. And again, I'm just putting tear and tape down here to hold the trousers together, give them some a bit of sturdiness, because even though they will be together with the belt, etc. I think you still need to hold them together. And then you just simply pop them on a hard surface and just make sure that the edges line up, and I just simply do that with my finger and then just pinch them together. And there's the basis of your trousers. So for the belt, I have a strip of basic black that is 9.5 by 3/4 of an inch, which is 18 centimetres by 2. And in true Sally Stampers fashion, I didn't pre-score, I simply popped the whole part at the back, so the centre, or almost the centre at the back, and then I just fold round, making sure that he stays level with the top of the box, of his trousers as it were, and obviously just marking the creasing then. I want to hold that one in place. You sort of need to be a bit of an octopus here, have several hands. But once you've got the gist, and then we're just going to reinforce those score lines, making sure that we've kept it straight. So I want to just make sure that it's all in line. And then guess what we're going to use? Yay, tear and tape again to adhere it. So again, just a long strip. Again, you can use wet glue. It's entirely your choice. So a fabulous strip of tear and tape. Ridiculous. Sometimes I can do that really quickly and other times I'm fiddling. And then simply start off as you've got the tear and tape. If you're using wet glue, it won't matter because you have wiggle room. But I'm just starting off by putting one of the folds on the corner, and then the rest should just fall in place. No, that was a little bit high there, which is again a good way of using, a good reason to use wet glue, because it will then give you that wiggle room, but actually that's not too bad. So that's his belt, and the joins at the front, because I'm going to add the buckle. So I have a 1 inch by 1 inch squared gold glimmer paper trim, which is 2.5 centimetres by 2.5 centimetres, which again I'm just adding some tear and tape to. My dog's always barking, drive me crackers. So just pop that on there, and then crazy. And then once I've adhered this bit on, I've got some tear and tape stuck to my thumb, get off. So this just sits a little higher than the actual black belt and over the join and the centre of the trousers. And then this is 3/4 of an inch by 3/4 of an inch, or 2 centimetres, which again just needs a little bit of adhesive on the back. And I'm going to put this on as a diagonal, I think, and it should stay on. There's no reason. I do find that wet glue and snail doesn't hold on to the glimmer paper as well. And then this again will just sort of sit central into the glimmer paper, just like that. So that's his belt done. And then his braces, or his trouser straps, and these are 8 inches by 1/2 inch, which is 20 centimetres by 1 centimetre. Now when I did these, I got a pencil and I simply marked 1/2 inch, or about 1 centimetre on each end, just so that first I'd get them level when I come to adhere them onto the trousers, but also it just lets me know that I've got the right depth into the trousers, so that one isn't longer than the other. And then I just simply added my tear and tape up to that mark. I'll do the same this side, just add tear and tape there, and then again on this other one. I'm just going up to that line, that small pencil line that I've made, and again this end, just putting just a tiny bit on the bottom. Again, you can use wet glue here. I just find tear and tape is quicker and easier for me. And if you want to, you can use your bone folder just to give it a small bend, just to help it curve. And then I added the front of this one. Again, I just kind of looked for that pencil line, and as long as you get them an equal distance, it doesn't really matter where you put these, whether you want to go more central. I'm just literally going with where the first one has gone. So I've stuck those two on, and then I'm going to take the backing off both of these pieces. And now a lorry has stopped outside. Fabulous. So I've taken the backing off both of these pieces, and then I'm simply going to cross them over. So it's better if you're probably lying down, so that you get firstly the right depth, and kind of eyeball really to make sure you've got an equal distance here. I'm quite happy with mine there, so I'm just going to give those an extra press. And then there are his little braces. And then last but not least is my little sentiment, and I've used the Itty Bitty Greetings because I thought 'Tis the Season was quite fitting for this. I'm using my G block, 'Tis the Season, and my Real Red ink, a little bit of Whisper White, and then just mind my head while I come in here and stamp that. That's not very straight, is it? In fact, I'm going to redo that, this end, because that was ridiculous. That's a bit better. And then I'm just going to grab my trimmer, which I buried under everything. So I need to cut this straight now. So cut that side first, and then, and I'm actually lining all of these bits up on my trimmer. So I'm just using any of the grids. That still doesn't look straight, but hopefully it will give you the idea anyway. And then just simply cut a little banner tail. No, that's really not straight. I'm going to redo that one. And then I just simply stuck it on with a glue dot, obviously so that it's straight. But there's your Santa's trousers. Hope they inspire you guys to make something similar and you fill them with lots of nice goodies for Christmas. Hope you've enjoyed it. All the products I've used are available and can be purchased from the store, and there is a link to the store just below in the description. Hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye.